Hi, boys and girls. Here I am back in school again on gosh, this must be part 3 already of our study of Japan. I have some pictures to show you. I have some other things to go through, and I'll get to those crafts because I need to show you how to do those for when you pick up your bags this week. And that will be exciting for you. I'm gathering some of my pictures that I used to put up on the bulletin board when I had children in my class. I sure hope you get to go back to school in the fall, or it would be nice if we had more time to get back together this year. I do miss you so. All right, I want to show you some of the things, and I forgot to tell you in the last time I spoke, or 2 times ago, that Japan is one of the um, experts on robotics, and they're known for their excellent industry and manufacturing of electronic things, um, and some cars. But the robotics on how a machine can make machinery, not machines, but different products, um, and how it can be automatic from machine rather than a person. That's kind of interesting, because who would have thought a machine could do it instead of a person's hands, but a machine certainly can. I have some pictures to show you. Remember, I talked about Japan being an archipelago of islands, and we said there were over 6,000 islands. They only show the main ones, they don't show all the little ones. And that the red part in the center, this is, they took, it looks like their flag, and then put the islands on it. The flag, remember, it was the word Nippon, meaning origin of the sun, and I don't know what the white stands for, but there's that. I wanted to show you some of the sushi that they get from the sea, and a sushi, in a lot of cases, is when people make fancy foods to eat with raw fish. Now, Mrs. Tento does not like eating raw fish, but I don't mind the California style where it's cooked. I love sushi when it's that way, but raw, I'm not so sure about. But maybe you like it raw. I don't know if kids can eat it raw, but one of the things, be very, very careful if you eat sushi that it is extremely fresh and that it doesn't have an overly fishy smell to it, because it should be healthy if it's very fresh from the sea. Here is a picture of all those coins I was showing you. This says Japanese currency, and they do have some bills, not just, see, there's some, there's other and more bills here, and then the yen, all the different kinds of money that they have, and the smallest being 1 yen, like 1 cent. Very similar. Here is a picture with beautiful cherry blossoms. Isn't that beautiful the way they framed that? This is called a pagoda, and it is the shape of the rooftop, the shape of the building, and it's beautiful. Um, I love that the cherry blossoms frame it, and cherry blossoms are near and dear to my heart. When the blossoms fall off, in my family, we call it the pink snow. The time of pink snow is in the springtime. All right, let's look at the next picture. I have a picture of Tokyo, and look at that. It looks like they have, like in Paris, has the Eiffel Tower. It looks like they have a copy of the Eiffel Tower. And you see all these lights down here? This is all the city. I hope you can see that. I don't see any background, anything other than the moon and the sunset and the moonrise. And there's that Eiffel Tower. Now, does anyone have an idea why the buildings are not very tall? Now, think back to the beginning when I was teaching you about the ring of fire on the earth when they have earthquakes and volcanoes. There's your clue, earthquakes. They don't have as many tall buildings here because of the earthquakes. There's that. And then here is a beautiful photograph of Mount Fuji. And I want you to really look at that. Look at the top of Mount Fuji. Is it a point, or does it look like somebody bit the tip off of an ice cream cone or a icicle. It looks like Mount Fuji has had some volcanic action over the years. And see what's right below it here? It just looks like a strip of white, but that's the silver bullet. That is, it says, silk, the Shinkansen bullet train speeds by Mount Fuji. I thought they called it the silver bullet, but I guess it's called the Shinkansen bullet. So that train is exceptionally fast, and I bet that would be a quick way to get from one end of that island to the next if you needed to go a farther distance to see more things. And there's the ubiquitous cherry blossom cherry trees. They're everywhere. They're beautiful. And that is a beautiful, beautiful picture. Now, I wanted to show you something that they put a lot of in cards. See the waves? It's a reminder of, I believe, the tsunami wave that curls around and can be a big wave coming back down to the shoreline, but they paint pictures of it, and there's always Mount Fuji somewhere. Here is a boat that they might have used. Let's see what they would call it. It is returning sails at Shiba Bay. It is a woodcut print of a fishing boat, I believe. And that must have been before the 1900s, when they would sail these boats and they would go out to fish and go back and forth on the bay. And there's Mount Fuji in the background. Here's another picture of Mount Fuji. And another picture of Mount Fuji. Mount Fuji with cherry blossoms, Mount Fuji with trees, regular trees. And here is a picture with some ladies. Is it all ladies? Yes, ladies looking out off their porch at Mount Fuji. And notice the Japanese lanterns. They are made out of paper. We are going to make a Japanese lantern. And I think that's it for my pictures there. I'd like to go over some number cards with you. See this number card? I guess it goes this way. Let me make sure I've got it going the right way. That one is Zello. Zello. You know what Zello means? 0. And here's the first one. And here's the word for one is ichi. And it's just a streak across the page. Ichi. Here's the next one. Ne. And that's 2 streaks. Let's see if we can see. Oh, sun. And see how they have 3 lines for sun? Doesn't mean sunshine, it means 3. She or she means 4. And I guess I would count the lines 1, 2, 3, 4. And I don't know what that means. I don't know. I'm not Japanese. And look at this is go. Go. That's 5. Here is the number 6. It is pronounced raku. Raku. And here is shichi. Shichi. 7. Shichi. Here is 8. Hachi. Hachi. 8. Hachi. Here is 9. And 9 is ku. Ku. Or ku. And 10 is ju. And it looks like a cross. Ju. All right. There's that. Now I want to go into a little bit of the craft that you're going to be making. You're going to get a paper like this, come home with you. It's a picture of a carp. And then you don't have to cut it out first. You can take, and you're going to want to have a dark marker or crayons. And you're going to want to, let me grab my finished ones. Where did it go? I had a finished one. It landed somewhere else. Let's see, there it is. You're going to put scales on it. So you can have them going this way. You can have them like this, or like I do them. You might want to do them so they go back like, let me show you in a minute. I'm making my koi fish. See how my scales are going? And you could do the same on the other side, or I'm just going to make my fish look the same on both sides. And then when you're done doing that, and take your crayons and color it beautiful colors. Now, both sides don't have to be the same. Like my fish, I have blue, beautiful blues and greens on that side. But then I have pinks and purple and orange and yellow on that side. And this side is a different kind, stripes and colors. And here's more stripes and colors. When you are done and you have cut it out and you've colored it, you're going to fold it like this. Mom or dad can poke a hole in the end that goes through both. You're going to want to tape just around the edges, and then you can hang it in a window or hang it up so it can fly in the air. And that will be, you're going to get 2 of them. So that will be your beautiful fish that you have made, your carp fish. They're not koi, they're carp, and they are your kites. And they actually have a Children's Day in Japan and Kite Day and all kinds of fun things for special events. So does I hope you all understand how you do that. You first color in with a marker, you're gonna color in the little the little scales. Those are the scales, these are the fins. The tail, you're gonna color the whole thing. Then you're going to cut it out and fold it. And then you're going to get both fish and put them on a string or a piece of yarn. I better get you a piece of yarn in the bag. And then you will have your Japanese flying carp. Another thing that you're going to make is a Japanese lantern. And I'm going to give you pictures, and you're getting your watercolors back with you. You are going to do, now hopefully the watercolors will work out when you do this. You're going to paint your own picture of Mount Fuji. And let me give you an idea of how I did a few sample ones. I took my watercolor paper or a piece of construction paper, and ooh, look what I did first. I put water up here. I drew with my paintbrush a brown line to look a little bit like Mount Fuji. There's a finished one. And then I put my sky in and a little impression of the sun. And then I would have taken, for the snowy part, I would have taken blue around it and then brown down the sides. And then I would spray some water or take a lightly wet sponge and sponge this, and then take water with your paint and make your mountain. And if you notice, my mountain is not all the same colors because I want it to look like it's 3-dimensional. Where it's darker, it's kind of gone in. Where it's lighter, there's snow. And then I'm going to show you what I did at the bottom of another one. At the bottom of another one, I started to put little trees on it. I have tried this every year to make a good job of it. Here's one that you can see how I did my mountain, my Mount Fuji. You might choose to, when you're done and it's all dry, you might want to paint a cherry tree in there, or you might want to put little houses in there, or a pagoda. Remember the pagoda with the top that went like an upside down umbrella? Very lovely. That would be up to you, boys and girls. I'm not actually going to paint these for you. I'm just showing you things that you can make. All right, now I'm going to I'm going to turn off my computer and go to the last segment, which I don't know if it's 4 or 5 at this point. And I'm going to show you how to finish up the year with something you can hang to celebrate your kindergarten graduation. So in just a minute, I'll be back on again and showing you how to make a Japanese lantern. All right, we'll see you on that one. Bye.